So, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually the real thing that transpired on the day of the hearing of the sexual harassment allegation against the Senate President by Senator Natasha Akpabio. Only that we didn't get to really pay attention and know how it ended. We were more concerned with the fight and the battles between Nwebon and Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili. So, get the full gist now so that you will understand.
If you can remember, Senator Natasha filed an official petition against the President of the Senate, Senator Vs Akpabio, alleging sexual assault. The petition was referred to the Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct and Public Petitions, a Senate committee that investigates misconduct of lawmakers, to report back in 8 weeks. The committee, after a couple of weeks, sat on the petition, inviting all parties involved, though they were both represented by their legal counsel and witnesses. In the case of the Senate President, he had Senator Nwebon and his legal counsel representing him, while Senator Natasha had former Minister Obi Ezekwesili, Mr. Suberu, and her legal counsel representing her. The public hearing kicked off by 2 p.m. with prayers, and the committee calling for the petitioners and defenders. Both parties were told to be put under oath before speaking or presenting evidence, but that was where the issue started. Senator Natasha's representatives all declined to take oath, saying it was in violation of their fundamental rights. This threw the House into another rowdy session, with senators stating that it is the law of the committee that witnesses must speak and present evidence under oath. Same goes for the court of law. After much back and forth, Senator Natasha's petitioners, Mr. Suberu, finally agreed to take the oath. After taking the oath, the Senate President's representative also took his oath. Note that Obi Ezekwesili still declined to take the oath, and by the law of the House, you cannot testify unless you are under oath. After both parties had taken the oath, the Senate committee gave the petitioner, Mr. Zuberu, the chance to speak to the petition of sexual assault before them, as well as lay evidence. Mr. Zuberu kicked off by pointing fingers at the committee chairman, saying he does not have confidence in the committee, as he believes that the chairman and the committee will not do due diligence to the case. This once again threw the committee into another rowdy session. No be small issues deal. The senators appealed to Senator Natasha's representatives that the hearing was being covered by the press, and certain people are even covering the event live, like me, and urged them to go ahead with addressing the issue and presenting their evidence. The chairman also notified Mr. Zuberu that the petition, which was submitted to the Senate, didn't carry any address, and also it was a huge task trying to reach out to them to come for the public hearing. He called the clerk to enlighten the House on how it took days of phone calls and text messages to reach the petitioner. At this point, Senator Akpabio's representative, Senator Nwebon, said if the petitioner wasn't ready to speak, he asked to be granted permission to make his own case. Well, this was where Obi Ezekwesili told him to shut up, and that sparked another rowdy session, with Senator Nwebon responding in like manner to Obi Ezekwesili. No be small thing we hear. Another round of back and forth. The petitioner once again raised another issue. He said he's not comfortable with the credibility of the committee, stating that the chairman of the committee, Senator Neda Imasun, had already gone to the press to speak against his clients. The chairman said no, that the claim was wrong, and asked the petitioner to provide the name of the media outlet which he was quoted to have spoken on, to which led to another rancor. The legal counsel and witness of the President of the Senate said they were once again ready to testify if the petitioner is willing to adopt their presentation. Once again, the senators appealed to the petitioner to kindly make their presentation, saying that this investigation was open and they are free to present evidence to back the petition. They also asked the petitioner that if they were not willing to testify, then why have you come for the hearing? Well, the petitioner still was not satisfied and said since his client, Senator Natasha Akpabio, who is on a 6-month suspension, wasn't allowed entrance into the National Assembly complex to be present, they still would not speak to the petition. At this point, all men don't tire. And since the senators saw that there was no headway, it was agreed that since part of the issue was in court, they resolved to adjourn the issue sine die, that is, to no specific date, and said that the issue will henceforth be addressed at the court. All parties agreed and everybody carried their bag waka. Me too. I beg, make una calm down.